Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I have a process video for you today. You may remember the unboxing video I did for Beebeecraft, and I received a carving set and a set of carving blocks. Well, today I'm gonna make a stamp. Come on along. It's my intention to make a stamp that I could use like for mixed media, maybe gel plate printing, something to give texture in the background. And I'm using this round carving block, and it gave me the idea to do sort of like a coffee cup print stain, you know, when you put your coffee cup down and it sort of leaves marks on the table. So this is a good thing to start with, I figure, because, you know, you can't mess it up. You just can't mess, uh-oh, here comes TT. You can't mess it up. So all you need to do is make some rings and keep TT off. I have to be careful here because I'm zoomed in and I keep moving that up. Get it away from the cat, I'm sorry. And then maybe like a splash or some kind of splatter. So this is very organic, nothing has to be precise. Parts of the ring can be wider than other parts. Could even come out like that, and then a big splash of coffee there. Basically just something like that. So all this is going to be left. So the black is what is supposed to be left, and now I have to carve away the white. I'm going to start with a wide U blade that's very wide. So that'll be good for taking off some large spots there. And then I'll do more details with the finer U blade. Now, some people like their stamps to be very clean looking. I don't mind if you see the little lines, like sometimes where you dig into it with the cutter, there's like a little ridge, and those ridges show up when you're printing. To me, it makes it look like a wood cut. I think it's a kind of cool thing, but some people like to make a very clean image. Of course, you could always test it and then take away more if you need to. This is cutting very easily. I'm hardly applying any pressure at all. Okay, so that is most of the white around the edge. I got a big space here. Keep your fingers away from where you are cutting. Always cut away from yourself. Cut away. Cut away. I can go in there with the finer one. Now I have to be careful TT doesn't eat that. Keep the rubber away from your children and your pets. I thought maybe if I stamped this with the distressed oxide and then sprayed it with some water, that might give it a really cool effect. Try not to take too much at one time. Simple shapes are really good to use as background patterns, mixed media, like I said, maybe some gel plate printing. You don't always have to make a detailed image. You know, I've got a lot of stamps for that, and tell you the truth, I don't use them that much. I really don't. Except for, like, I've got one that's like script. So script would be a good one to use for, you know, like making, adding texture to a page, to a, like, mixed media or any kind of background. Now, anytime you want, you can stop and test out your product here. Okay, I'm using the thinner V shape, and you see it's making these little tiny slivers instead of these big chunks. So this is the difference here with what you're taking off. I want to kind of put some white lines in here. I don't want this to be solid. You don't want it to be perfect at all. You want it to be very organic. Very organic. Okay, I'm going to try to put some points on this little splashy bit here. I'm trying to think of what other patterns. You can make any kind of pattern, really. Some swirls, some lines. Now I went a little deeper that time. All right, let me get a piece of paper. Okay, this is my Distress Oxide, and it is vintage photo. This is kind of old. Hope it's still wet. See, now I'm looking at there, and I might want to, cat hair, sorry, make this a little pointier over there using the V. I could stamp it and see how it looks. I could do that. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. I got the rubber bits on my ink pad though. I really like it. I think all I want to do is make the splatter marks over here a little bit thinner. Pointier. Like the coffee's being splattered out. I'm going to put a little mark in here too. Just kind of marking that up a little bit. And over here. Okay, Okay, let's see how that looks now. I will leave a link to Beebeecraft below because this is a product review. And you could just see how easy this was. And if you don't want to draw anything, you could always put something on tracing paper and do it that way. Alright, mind your tools here. Okay, yes, I have some water in my water bottle and, ooh. Paper towel. By using the paper towel, you can make some spots like a little bit lighter and yet leave some spots darker to make it more realistic. And you spray, you've got those little bits coming out there. So I'm going to let those dry and I'll show you how they look. Okay, if that's a little too dark for your taste, I know I kind of like this color, but you know, all you have to do is remove a little more of the brown. I'm using a piece of mixed media paper. So there it is. All right, so first stamp done, and I will call this a success because this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I was going for. I know my rings aren't very round, but that's okay. Okay, so with the cutting set, with the 4 tools, I did get 6 square blocks. And then I bought a separate set of 5 squares and 5 circles. So I've only used 1 circle so far. And I have many more to use. Now you can always also cut these out like ephemera or make some tags or add them to a page. Whatever you want to do with them. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting there. Make a tag and put that on there. I'm thinking about something like a feathery or fern kind of design. I might try that next. So I'm going to do another process video with making these stamps, but I just wanted to show you how you could do something quick and easy and have something, you know, really no artistic ability required to make a texture stamp. And then if you use the Distress Oxide inks, when you spray them, you even get this really nice watery effect. So I just want to thank you for coming along today for this little demo. And I have below linked the tools and the carving blocks. Bye-bye.